Welcome to our live discussion, the Itty Bitty Nerdy Committee. I'm Beastie Boy.
I'm Table.
I'm Red.
And it is I, Shino Brando.
And we'll be discussing recent news from across the multiverse, live from video games, anime, comics, and more. And stick around after the news to hear us discuss the newly released comic of the week.
Ladies and gentlemen, everybody that happens to follow their way in between, Marvel is doing bonkers ass shit. Let me explain. They have decided that the infamous, however you want to label it, the label, the initiative, the drive to continue publishing in this economic crisis we got going, Heroes Reborn is coming back.
Oh god.
Oh, wow, man.
First, for someone that doesn't know what that means, could you explain?
Heroes Reborn was born out of a need to bring Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld, and Jeff Loeb from their Image days to the House of Ideas to Marvel Comics. And so that is where you get the infamous cover of Captain America. In fact, it's on screen now for those of you listening at home. That's where you get the infamous picture of Rob Liefeld's Captain America with pectorals bigger than my goddamn head.
It's his neck has been punched all the way back.
I actually saw an interesting comic art analysis of that picture where basically this is based on a really, really specific bodybuilder pose that looks super unnatural. But it is physically possible to do if both of your arms are in the right place, but it doesn't look like his are, so it's fucked up.
Yo, everything looks wrong in that picture.
Also, Rob Liefeld sucks at art. Sorry, tell your friends.
Damn.
Oh.
Yo. Wait.
Motherfucker can't draw feet.
Yeah.
My guy can't draw a neck.
He totally can draw feet. He's proven he can. He just hates to do it. He's lazy.
He's really bad at it.
Yo, I want a quote or somewhere to have a quote. Sorry, tell your friends that this artist sucks. Yo. Bro,
Rob Liefeld, if you're somehow listening, I guess I'm kind of sorry.
Dude, I follow a blog that's called Bad Comics Art, and it has Liefeld Feet Fridays.
Oh
what?
Oh my god.
Bad. God.
I am not kidding.
Rogue Symbiote with the follow. Thank you very much for hitting that follow button.
Hey. Thanks for joining the Crusade.
Exactly. While I'm on the topic, and before we get back to some more Marvel news, we want to thank One Hit Wonder for hitting the follow yesterday, Ricer666 for hitting it 3 days ago, Zeus is Here TV for hitting it 4 days ago, Dooley Rogue 7 for hitting it 4 days ago, XRisen555 for hitting it 4 days ago, and Psycho Red for hitting that tier 1.
Hey.
Thank you very much.
Crusade grows every day.
To elaborate more on Heroes Reborn, on the 2021 edition, it is labeled, it is given the subtitle or the quote or however you want to phrase it, the log line, if we're taking into writing terms, whatever happened to Earth's mightiest heroes. Now, news sources across the freaking internet have decided that this is Marvel's way of hitting at Grant Morrison's Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow.
Okay.
Through nothing, because Marvel has just said this is happening, but not that anything truly,
manifested yet.
Not what that means, just that it's occurring.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Interesting. And what's this Woman of Marvel you got on the left side of the
I was about to ask that third image there has to be the most interesting. Yeah, what is that?
So that there is the cover of issue 1 of a brand new Women of Marvel anthology series.
Ooh, go on.
Starting in April, we will have a 1 issue per month as comics come out, as literally all written, art, everything about this comic will be done by women.
Ooh, nice.
We have not been told yet exactly how long it will run. But what we have been told is that Louise Simonson will be doing a must-read introduction at the very front of the book.
Okay,
For
so
those,
history's going to be made with this book.
absolutely, this is an entirely female-led book.
Right on.
I can get
So
behind
on
that.
the cover there, for those unfamiliar with the characters, we've got Electra with the size, and we'll talk about her later. We've got the ever amazing weather controlling powers Storm,
No, the queen.
the absolute queen. The warrior daughter of Thanos, Gamora.
That giant sword she's got there.
Valkyrie, who is the newest Stan added to my, big ol' lineup.
Right on.
And what looks to be a version of Okoye from Black Panther.
Be. Ibombe.
Ibombe.
Hey, Bombay.
Yeah.
We will not have it though. I'm just kidding. Oh man.
This is not what I mean. This is actually born out of a podcast that Marvel has been doing for the last little while, explicitly on the Women of Marvel. And now it's spun out into a comic, making it like not an original idea because haha, Women of Marvel, but this
A
is,
fully fleshed out idea.
yeah, this has been fleshed out, this has been thought about. Unlike the Heroes Reborn thing that's still on screen, unfortunately, it's something that people actually might want.
Eh,
My last little bit of news, coming from the House of Ideas anyway, is that Rob Liefeld, and we talked about him earlier, is doing 50 covers across all of Marvel Comics' printing line for a whole bunch of books, all dedicated to the 30th anniversary of Deadpool.
Oh man.
Whoa.
Oh
actually
no.
Interesting.
Yeah. Not one of these covers will be normal. Guaranteed.
Not, no, none.
None.
Stay tuned here as we go further into the months and we come closer to those books coming out, and eventually they're getting collected. We're gonna show them because we have to point and laugh at this nonsense. Who decided to hire this man?
A fool. A fool.
Someone's like, I need to pull in a favor. God damn it, Liefeld, just fine. 50 covers and nothing else.
You may do these, and then you will get the fuck out of our studio.
Yeah.
This
50
was
covers,
also the man.
Only Deadpool, you go home.
This was also the man that said, "Nuh-uh, Deadpool 3 isn't happening." Haha, check our VOD from last week. It's happening. You daft idiot.
Yeah.
Get wrecked. Fool. Fool who can't draw.
My God.
Correct.
In some more comic news, but stepping away from Marvel now, we have Doctor Who comics. Now, I have praised Doctor Who for their exciting transition from the Time Lord Victorious, which was a multimedia across vinyls, across YouTube videos, across comics, across little animated adventures, uniting the Doctor Who label as a whole to one story. Doctors across time, across 57 or so years, came into contact with each other, and in honor of that, Big Finish decided to put together a story that united every version of the Master together.
Should be interesting. 'Cause
Right.
They've all got very different vibes, and yet they are all definitely a unified character.
They are. They are, for those unfamiliar or that haven't watched our Doctor Who episode, go watch that,
It's pretty good.
right? Not
Very.
just because me and Table let it.
Haha.
Not just tooting our own horn here.
Mhm.
But you will hear us talk about a person named the Master. Now, for a brief introduction into the character, they are the evil that consistently exists to fight the Doctor. They are the Darth Vader to Luke Skywalker. They are, the you know, they're the evil to the Doctor's good, is more of what I'm trying to get across.
The Jafar to Aladdin,
Which
the
is-
Scar to
That,
Mufasa.
there you go. Thank you.
Wait, does that make him Doctor Evil? Continue.
Only if you have $1 million. Anyway.
God.
So now this year was also the 50th anniversary of the Master first appearing in the show. So to celebrate this, Titan Comics, the producer of the Doctor Who comic, is doing a book strictly on the Master.
Interesting.
I mean, you know what? Master content is super cool, and Missy was fantastic, but like, it's been a while since we've seen them, so
Correct.
it's nice to get more content with that.
Now, for those of you that are following the show, you will know that last year we had some sweet little droppings of what it means to be the Doctor and to be the timeless child in Doctor Who. Now, we won't go into too much detail because we'll spend the rest of the show talking about it, and my other hosts know that I absolutely will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
you can go off about it for a great deal of time if allowed.
Yup.
Suffice to say that I am much looking forward to this, as it is a 4-issue collection strictly about the most dastardly man and then woman to ever fight the Doctor.
Right on.
And if you look very closely at the comic cover most to your left, you will see that these little figures that she's playing with are A, actually the Doctor's, and B, they are actually
Actually the
figures that
Doctor.
you can buy.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
Really?
they're 100% the little Titan figures.
Nice.
I
Now-
am making a general eyes emoji in this direction.
So the person that they're using for this story per se is also the actress that's in Sabrina, like the Netflix version series. I'm pretty
Yes.
sure.
She
So, yeah.
she plays Madame Morwell.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So because
Miss
when
Michelle Gomez.
yes, there you go. So when you had mentioned it or showed it earlier, I was like, looks super familiar. I was like, is this the same? And I had to look on Instagram. I was like, it is the same person.
100% the same. She plays a dastardly villain on that show.
Mm.
Yeah. So this
Still
would
pretty
be
hot,
interesting. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, listen, okay, so like the Missy, right, as this incarnation is shown, is just like it is heavily implied throughout the Doctor's history. I promise this will only take a second. I won't talk for too long about it. When she first interacts with Peter Capaldi's incarnation of the Doctor, she straight up just plants one on him and just gropes him to make sure that he has 2 hearts, that it's the right person.
Cannot confirm until I have felt your heartbeats, or that's the excuse.
And
given.
the
Now, when
the
you
look,
say she felt,
The look.
when you say she felt both hearts, do you mean both in the chest, or are you talking about? Like,
no. The Time Lords, the race that the Master and the Doctor are, they have
Mhm.
2 functional chest-placed hearts.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, she was talking about those two, or like the one in the like.
No,
like, the original
no,
picture, or,
no.
or like
The chest
or like the
ones.
purple heart. Yeah. Okay.
The chest
Oh.
one.
No. 2 chest hearts, 1 on each side.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You said grope, man. I'm like,
I
well,
know,
Doctor Who,
I know what I said.
Like, we get
Lots
an
of
R
ways
rated.
to feel someone up. Come on, we gotta get
Okay.
creative with it.
In the scene in which she does this, it is kind of like, you can read it this way, that the Doctor was like, yeah, maybe a little more, please.
Doctor Who After Dark.
And with that, Shino, I believe you've got some news. Would you like to? Where would you like to start, sir?
Oh, me, surprise me.
Okay, we're gonna start with just the new poster that came out today.
All right, show it away.
It's on screen, I promise.
I hear you. So there's not much I can give away on the project itself, other than you can just look at the giant image and see for yourself what it really looks like.
What we can say about it, though, is the previous Godzilla vs. King Kong posters are garbage tier compared to this one.
Compared to this one.
Yeah.
And this is just give you a little teaser because I believe they're dropping the trailer on Sunday.
Oh,
Yep.
that's
So, yeah.
news. Hello.
Yeah.
Go on.
So so keep your eyes open for that. I'm not sure. I'm guessing YouTube will have everything ready to go when it's time. But yeah, apparently they're gonna drop it on Sunday, so we get a good glimpse of Kong versus Zilla, or whatever we want to call it. And I'm not sure how much of a teaser we're gonna get, but they'll show something. So
More than they have shown with Space Jam 2, which is exactly 1.5 seconds.
that and
I'm rooting
Mortal
for the
Kombat
best,
for
and you know it.
a movie that's supposedly coming out and it showed no material until recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, they showed, what was it, Steve Harvey as one of the dudes from Mortal Kombat?
Of all the things to drop, really?
But
Right, yeah.
the screen caps of like the characters like Liu Kang and Sub-Zero and all that, they do look pretty interesting.
It looked pretty interesting. We'll have to see what it comes out to. Like when they drop a trailer for that, I guess we'll hop on that one too. But yeah, man, just keep your eyes open for Zilla vs. Kong. Trailer's out Sunday. I'm sure it'll probably drop on the midnight, and everybody will probably be talking about it the following day. So wait for that one to drop, and you can
Talk
throw me the next
logistics
pitch.
for a sec.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like a King Kong Godzilla fight. I mean, obviously they're gonna do this fight on land because that's how that works. But
Right.
if you really wanted, you could make a case that Godzilla's natural habitat is the ocean because it is,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
therefore they should really be fighting in a swamp or something. Middle ground.
I mean, Zilla often takes steps into the big city.
Oh yeah, but
big
that's
city
mostly for
big villains.
chaos reasons.
Exactly. So I mean, like he's pretty good for any kind of territory. I mean, the fucker kind of made it to mid space before coming back down. So I mean, he's good to go.
This is true.
For those who are Kong fans, I am sorry for you. Your monkey's gonna lose.
They get
He's
vaporized.
Godzilla. Yeah, he's Godzilla. I don't care what this monkey has up his arsenal. Apparently, in Skull Island, he wasn't even fully grown. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter how much he grows afterwards in this movie. It's Godzilla, king of the monsters, not just King Kong. He's king of the monsters. Just
Now, I also brought this up on Twitter,
Mhm.
but you know what this movie is also not? The Millie Bobby Brown show.
She's in it though.
I'm sure she is, and I'm sure she'll do a adequate job.
Do we have a proper monster movie? I don't care about the little silly humans. I want to
No.
watch monsters throw down.
Nobody ever did, but as tradition goes for Zilla movies,
Wait,
you get nothing but 45 minutes of humans,
But what?
and Godzilla does something.
And then you just let them fight.
That's this is correct.
I did not catch who that was, and I am very sorry. But thank you for the host with 2 people, and welcome to the stream, those 2 people. We graciously appreciate you here, and stick around as we continue to talk through the news of the week.
John, thanks for joining.
Rogue Symbiote, thank you for the Prime. Using that, if you have an Amazon account, you have a Prime. You have a Prime subscription, so that way you can subscribe to this channel for free.
Nice, man. Thanks for joining.
Thank you very much.
Felt like Katy Perry for a second with all those fireworks.
Damn, dude.
All right, what was the next bit of news you had for us, Shino?
The next piece of news is going to be not from the House of Ideas, but from another one.
Oh yeah, Madhouse of Ideas. Go ahead. Throw it up. Hey, it's Lance from Comic Book Keepers.
Hello, sir.
Right on.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
Really do. If you're looking at the screen, you're seeing a little picture for Snyder Cut, Justice League, the Snyder Cut, and what was going to be a 4-episode little series on HBO Max, about an hour each long, due to the fact that now that WB has issued that all movies that they put out will be in theater and on demand. So Snyder was kind of forced to have this go to theaters, and so Instead of it being separate into 4 parts, you're getting a 4-hour sit down, 4-hour and change. So be prepared for that if you're going to be watching the Snyder Cut. 4 hours is quite some time with no intermission.
I don't listen. Okay, so we all sat through Endgame, right? And that's just a hair over 3. And if I'm being frank, that movie felt a little long.
Yep.
Okay? But like, you know, it kept going and it picked its pace back up. However,
it did what it had to do.
Right. However, 4 hours?
4 hours.
Fuck me. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sit through that, y'all.
Extended, my friend. This is extended.
we're gonna have
This
to
is
take
the same.
breaks.
Yeah, of course. This is the same movie with additional scenes here and there, and and just other scenes that were just removed from the movie, inserted right back in. And it stretches out to 4 hours.
Zack Snyder really said, "Hey, you know what? If any can do it, I can do it too."
Well, it's going to happen. And this is also the last time you're going to see Ray Fisher as Cyborg.
Yeah, damn.
In the most unfortunate way.
Yep, in the most unfortunate way. So you can always go into this movie knowing that this is his one and last appearance in this role, in this franchise, and under that label. And, you know, good luck to him on his future endeavors out there. But yeah, this is going to be a 4-hour sit down. So get prepared for that. At least for those who be watching it on... Yeah, for those who be watching on demand, at least you'll be able to pause to go to the washroom.
Holy fuck, I that's what I'm going to be doing. My guy, I'm going to need to take myself a little break, grab myself 2 drinks, some more snacks to refill from the first time, and then come back for the second half.
And dude, don't, if you're going to theaters, for the love of God, don't get a large drink. You're gonna be real sorry.
Yeah, you know what? Get the kids meal. Save yourself the cash. Don't see it in 3D.
Oh man.
Oh God, no.
If you trust a theater when this comes out.
That's right. I wouldn't do it.
Nor would I. I'm gonna watch it at home. However, it decides to find its way to here to Canada.
Oh yeah, well,
Lord only knows.
Yeah, they will release further info because they do plan to have it released everywhere else. So I mean, I'm not sure who's tied with HBO Max, but I think one of our services out here will have it ready. So
I want to say it's gonna be Crave, but Lord only knows.
Yeah.
Before we jump to the next thing, what we are gonna do is those that are subscribed aren't gonna see it, but if you're not subscribed to the channel, you are about to watch a little bit of an ad. And we run ads on this channel for once, so that way the money that we generate from the ads comes back into the channel and we can continue to fund cooler things. Just like at the very front, you heard some music. That's all funded through us playing ads. We have some new flippy floppy things that happen at the very beginning. That's all funded through the ads. So what we're going to do is we're going to run ourselves a 60-second ad break. And we will see everybody after it. For those that are subscribed,
folks.
what we want to know is, what is your favorite movie that's going to come out this year that you still believe is going to come out this year? And go.
Optimism.
Was that slick?
That was pretty slick.
Like oil.
Thank you, sir.
Dangerous for the environment.
Before we turn back on again. Buddy, I can't believe it. Fuck me, 4 hours.
4 hours sit down.
Zack Snyder really said that, eh?
Yeah, and he's not even playing around. He's just like, you're literally sitting down for 4 hours. Get used to the idea.
That's what will be happening. Suck it up.
Right? Because Warner Brothers told him, yeah, you're gonna have to do this, man. So he's like, fuck, I gotta release this as 4, like instead of 4 separate parts to make everybody comfortable. I have to make everybody uncomfortable and have to sit there for 4 hours. That's crazy.
I mean, you know, people used to go to operas that lasted 6.
But they had intermissions.
10, 9, 8,
not wrong.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And thank you for sitting through the ad, everybody. And with that, I believe Shino's got some more news to bring to us.
Yeah, the last bit I have is not even big, but it's just a little MCU news. The Eternals decided to show what they look like. Yeah, and the image I have shared is pretty much their comic counterpart their actors and what they would look like in film. Now that most images are free to be seen now, since I guess promotional tie-ins and runs will be happening pretty soon. I think the movie is slated for in a couple of months. So, um, big advertising coming up for this stuff here. Get excited, man. I mean, Marvel's ready to drop stuff for this whole year. They, since we had nothing, we all know last year was a rough year, so Marvel's just like, let's just make everything Marvel this year. So
Yeah, make
There are
mine
not-
Marvel, in fact.
that's right. They're unstoppable. They have stuff coming out for Disney Plus. They have movies ready to come out. Black Widow will finally make her movie appearance. I believe it's due for February, and then this one would be for March or further. I think it's or
2 years
maybe,
after she fucking died.
Breaking goddamn news.
Yeah.
It is in talks at Disney that Disney might delay it some more.
Oh no.
Which is
Black
going to push
Widow?
back every other... Yeah, back to Black Widow.
Oh man.
Yo, stop.
Release
At
that
this
for
point, it's
Disney
just a
Plus.
comedy.
It's Disney Plus now.
Honestly, it is going to be funnier thinking about when the movie is going to come out than it will be to sit through that entire movie.
By the time it comes out, no one's gonna want to watch it.
And because that movie rides on whatever and sets up future things, Eternals and all those other movies we actually want to watch, Thor 4,
Hey.
are going to get pushed back too. The only thing you're going to see from this year is the absolutely amazing Disney Plus series, and while I'm not going to shit on them at all because it's cool,
Hey.
movies, goddammit!
Can I voice something looking at all of these fucking Eternal suits?
10-4.
Go ahead.
They all just give me slightly advanced versions of the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern suit vibes, I'll be honest.
You take that back.
I will not. They look bad. They look overly CG'd and bad. I have that opinion, and you cannot.
So
take it
it's
away from me.
concept art.
Yeah.
I was gonna
It's
say
not
it's concept.
finished.
Looks bad.
Look, all I'm hoping is that because I remember from seeing I think some still images that they had I think early on from screen captures of when they were actually filming. They didn't look too bad from what they were. So the concept art I think was still a little bit older than what was actually what the actual suits were to look like. But even the suits are a little bit hard to see from actual distance.
Yeah.
But I think they'll be a bit better than this. This is just obviously simple etching and sketching of hey, this is what we could go off of, and then kind of play with that. So
Exactly.
Look how dynamic and interesting, and all of the different silhouettes you get from the comic outfits, and then you have fancy morph suits.
It has to be morph suits to fit
I-
them for concept art, so it actually looks good on a human being and not just whatever the
Right.
fuck Sprite is wearing.
I mean, listen, guys. I'm sure they'll make it look good on screen. Okay,
Mhm.
don't worry about it too much. Okay, I mean, when has
I'm not
Marvel
worried.
let you down?
I can name at least twice.
Damn.
The Inhumans.
Who watched it?
Me.
Oh, and
Agents of
what's the
S.H.I.E.L.D. seasons 1 through 3.
You know what? I know people who will fight you over that. By the way,
The first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. wasn't bad. After that, it got weird. And then
Okay,
it
fine.
actually got a little bit better.
Okay, fine. 2 through 3.
Oh boy.
And everyone after that I forgot existed.
Oh my god.
I think you're just finding the fact that some people are finding them concept suits a little bit go Power Ranger. Anyways,
Right. Wait, so y'all just gonna sit there and just dismiss Thor: The Dark World?
no way.
If we didn't acknowledge it, it would cease to exist.
I didn't say nothing about
The
it. But I don't
less
want
we
to talk about it
acknowledge
either.
that movie exists in some sort of canon, and unfortunately Endgame decided to, suck its fucking toes or something.
Hey, let's bring it back to Mother. Jesus.
Don't bring that into our sacred Christian server.
Ha! They're Jesus and Jeebus.
Jose, you mean?
Oh yes. Holy
Jesus,
Cristo.
in fact.
Yeah, I kind of forget about him.
Anyway, Beastie, while you're talking about Jose, I'm sure there's something you can talk about in some news. Where do you want to start there, Captain?
Let's go to Atomic, the first one.
Hi, Captain.
Yep. So, what you all must be wondering is, what is Atomic Heart? Honestly, I didn't know what it was either before. So I had looked up into it, and
We're
this was
learning
actually a
today
game
too.
that yeah. I had looked up some information about it, but basically this was a game created by the company of Munfish, which I believe, I don't know if it's an American company or a Russian company. I don't know. But they had basically released this teaser trailer around in 2018. There was just recently a trailer that got released just yesterday about some gameplay and just like graphic with ray tracing and all that too for Steam. So Atomic Heart is basically like you can combine it with, in a sense of like a Bioshock like FPS mixed with like a little bit of Fallout in a sense. So
Okay.
yeah, so like the
Sure,
gameplay,
yeah, okay.
yeah. So I haven't seen much of like actual full like gameplay.
Ambitious.
Yeah, so full length gameplay I haven't seen because there are some more streamers, obviously IGN and those guys, but from the ray tracing trailer, it looks not too bad. Just a little bit more like Control, where it's like a little bit like I don't know, weird like aiming in a sense of like when it's
Okay.
fighting the monsters, but otherwise like yeah, this is something that's I guess getting popular or just getting more traction now that they've dropped this trailer. So I don't know, but it doesn't look
Do
too
we
bad.
know if it's post-apocalyptic? Do we know if it's in the like what are we dealing with scene-wise?
Uh, in a sense, it is like somewhat apocalyptic. So, like, of course, closer to Fallout. When you see the gameplay, it is again more closer to Bioshock. So, like, having the mysterious abilities of different elements or different techniques per se.
Okay.
So it
Oh
was
shit.
it was yeah, it was really interesting. But like, hopefully, it doesn't pull up Bioshock Infinite and give us different abilities, and it's like, oh well. That's not the
Bioshock
car.
Infinite was cool, and I stand by that. Skyhook hot.
Bioshock Infinite had a lot of potential. It just decided it was gonna go hard on the weird shit in terms of its story.
And also
And
the
I
race
think
shit.
that yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that really put it in a bad place.
hmm There, frick, what was I gonna say?
Aha. Hold on. Sorry. We had just had
Go
a little
ahead.
announcement here. TJE The Real says, hey, the guy who hosted Aha, no friend of one of you. He says that Justice League has been licensed by Bell Media for Crave from day one, March 2021, and CTV Sci-Fi Channel 120 days for 6 months after first release. So there, some news.
Don't TJ the real. Don't even worry about it, man. Listen, if it's way too long, the bottle will kick you out, and you can do it in a couple. It's all good. We appreciate you. Thank you for commenting. Thanks for saying something.
Thank you.
But yeah, so nonetheless, there's this game. But nonetheless, oh, I was referencing to Bioshock Infinite. I just remember playing the game and I was like, I enjoyed it. I don't mind Bioshock games. I was just more realizing from when someone had talked about the I think beta version of like the abilities compared to what we actually got in the game, and I was like, man, there's some abilities I wanted to. We didn't get that. That's what made me sad. But you know what? It's okay. This is obviously still in beta. This is still being worked on too. So we just gotta wait. Hopefully it comes out, and hopefully it's a decent game. So not pulling a Cyberpunk. Fuck.
And hey, speaking of decent games,
Mm-hmm.
let's make ourselves a segue here out of a skateboard.
Tony Hawk?
Just pull that one out of your
GTA?
butt, or
Yeah, kind of.
nice, nice.
I pulled
So,
the
yeah.
rest of the show out of my ass. You don't think that came out of there too?
Jesus.
Unless we're giving away our secrets. Come on, buddy.
Jeez. So talking now about GTA, more or less closer to GTA 6.
Oh, that game's actually going to come out now.
No, it's still
Fuck.
being worked on. Jesus. You think Rockstar's that fast on their games?
I think Rockstar likes the hype machine that they generate, and the longer they can sit on GTA 5 and just pushing it to next-gen consoles and the more money they can make, the less they want to make GTA 6.
GTA 5 is running like what, like 7 years now, 8 years?
Yeah, actually,
It-
the podcast we were hosting just recently was talking about that. So, I can't remember, but the host is Goose.
Yeah,
But
Goose
yeah,
the
they,
Great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
when
yeah,
we're
so,
not live, we host that channel on here, so that way we can, help them out with some views and make sure that we are taking part in this everlasting Twitch community.
mhm.
right.
So yeah, they had one of the co-hosts was talking about that. So yeah, GTA has been running for like 7-ish, 8-ish years almost,
Yeah,
Holy
man.
like
crap.
roughly. Yeah, like
It's been a long
Yeah,
time.
you know what? Hang on, that was on the 360.
Dude, 2013, like 2013, 2014. I bought this game for my brother.
it's been a hot minute, and online has been that popular too.
Yeah.
Like
I
I
constantly
think,
update the motherfucker, man.
yeah, like even online got like a recent new what is it?
They
Like,
get updates like every 2 or so months, like not even.
Yeah, dude, it's
no, but they
crazy.
got a new mission update just recently too. I think out of last
Yeah.
month. So yeah, like the fact that they're still doing a good job and
Oh, it's-
having people
the,
in.
the problem is because they made it's like it's such an open world, man.
Mm,
Like like the very idea that there's so much freedom in that open world, you can kind of like it's kind of hard to pull away. People are gonna keep going back to that game.
yeah.
So I mean, it speaks for itself. Like people have been on it for like the last 7, 8 years. So I mean, yeah, man. I mean, my brother's literally a friggin' drug kingpin in that fucking world. It's stupid.
He's like, I own this world.
Yeah, the stuff he has, I'm like, oh my god. Do you bother playing this anymore? He's like, yeah, why not? I'm god
Are you
here.
saying he's Dominic Toretto? He's like, this is Brazil. Like,
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
this man owns the place. Like all the people, like all of his crew just pulls up.
Yeah, it's like
And,
it's
like,
ridiculous.
Oh,
If you
man.
think about it, right?
Mm.
Like GTA 5, its story was more than respectable. Like it was actually a lot of fun. I really
Mhm.
enjoyed all three characters. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, that's not why people are playing that game. And as a result, that's not like GTA 6 would be a new story, but would it really update? Would it have much left to update in terms of stuff that people actually want from it? Because I feel like
I mean,
even if they bring out GTA 6, if it's mostly just GTA 5 with a different story and they keep updating GTA 5 while they're updating GTA 6, some people are just going to stay over there and they're never going to move on to the next camp.
depends because like with the console jumping, I mean, I don't think they have GTA 5 for PS4, and if you run it, it's probably just gonna upscale it, but nothing like a fine polish of what PS5 looks like now. I mean, I guess you're gonna get a GTA 6 with like the
Ray
PS5,
tracing.
the new exactly new gen, um taking care of it. So I mean, I don't know, GTA 5 it can mean there's no reason to drop it. You can always still go back. I mean, fuck, you can still
And
own the console
also,
if you want.
that is probably the same fan base of the people that decide that they're going to buy this the same FIFA game year over year.
There you go.
And like people don't drop that one as instantly as they probably should.
Oh man, yeah, it'll be here for some time.
Yeah,
I mean,
but that's their own problem.
That's
yeah.
fair.
I mean, GTA 6 will happen, and I'm pretty sure it'll be the same concept with the open world. And I mean, with the fine polish it's gonna have, I'm pretty sure like people will jump to that, and if soon enough, 5 will just kind of phase out.
Mhm. To the actual news of GTA 6, though. that
My
we-
god, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we never actually got to it.
Whoops, what's going on at Rockstar Land?
So obviously we understand and just discussed obviously that it's still being worked on and it's got some time to take care of. But Take Two Interactive, the basically parent company of Rockstar, 2K, and some other branches of game companies, basically applied or filed for a patent application entitled "System and Method for Virtual Navigation in a Gaming Environment." So basically, more something that works for environmental use with AIs and stuff like that for the next obviously GTA 6. So once they can, if they can try to integrate more online usage, per se, if they were to leave it less story but more online play, the AIs would be able to like adapt or be able to work around what is happening, rather than having to work on like if they update small things, it could be interactive on its own thing. So
Okay.
yeah, that's in the main aspect of that. But with this new system, quoted here, this system will create a realistic virtual world that is not limited by hardware and software limitations. So, as I was saying, with the AIs being able to do their own thing or understand what is happening a bit.
Oh yeah. So what Cyberpunk won't do? I get it.
GTA's AI has what Cyberpunk wants.
Exactly.
Damn.
Sega does what Nintendo don't, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, this has been
How how much
Go
would a
ahead.
chapter ask if GTA 6 comes out with the same aesthetic of like Cyberpunk and they just do it better?
Shit.
I think CD Projekt Red would just have to like scoop up all what dignity they have left, which is exactly one half, and just sell themselves to Microsoft.
I mean,
Good
does
lord.
I don't know if GTA has as prolific a modding community as some other places, but I'm sure it wouldn't be hard to put in a few mods to make it cyberpunk-esque.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be super easy to do it. And I don't know.
I know that
It's
the
just it's
older versions of GTA
yeah.
had some real bonkers mods. What was that hot soup there for a while for GTA 3
Yeah.
or San Andreas?
I believe it
Yeah,
can be
something like
you can
that.
be Iron Man in I think GTA 5.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
can
I
do you
think
can be Hulk, you
on
can be
PC.
Flash.
Yeah, on PC you could be Kermit the goddamn frog in a T-pose. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, there's mods crazy enough in there, and there's also been mods for Cyberpunk just to like fix either graphics or like certain aspects. But yeah,
You mean
mods
make it functional?
in a sense, some degree. But there's modders everywhere, so someone could do something with it and then be like, "Hey, Cyberpunk, look what I did. You see this?"
What you look what I did, but you can't.
And it's GTA though.
Get good, bro. Get good.
Yeah, just troll them.
Speaking of possibly good,
Mhm.
just skateboards today. I'm telling you.
Uh-huh.
Table, you brought this real spooky dude. Why don't we start with that person?
Oh my god, I know exactly who you're talking about. Okay, so do y'all remember the Leprechaun movies?
Nope,
No
Never-
way!
this immediately scared the shit out of me when it came up on screen. I did not need to
Regrettably.
think
So-
about. God.
In 1993, a horror comedy, Leprechaun, came out. It was critically called garbage, but people watched it anyway, and it had something of a cult status for a while. So it ended up
Mhm.
getting 6 sequels between 1994 and 2003.
What
There was a
the
reboot
fuck?
in 2014 with Leprechaun Origins. There was
What the
apparently
fuck?
Yeah, I know. So, recent word from the director of Leprechaun Returns, a sequel to Leprechaun Origins,
What
says
the fuck?
that he is more than willing to continue making content for this series if anyone is interested.
We're
Because-
interested. We have a budget of $100.
Watch it. Watch the next one be the Leprechaun Rises. Frick.
Stop. Leprechaun Resurrection.
The Leprechaun
and
and
Robin.
Robin. Like,
Oh my gosh.
are
Yeah.
you
The Leprechaun Dream.
fuck? A
Leprechaun versus
Leprechaun
the
2.
Sandman.
Yeah, Leprechaun 2 Electric Boogaloo. Like,
This would be Leprechaun 12 Electric Boogaloo at this point. Or
fucking
something.
Christ.
Like I said, man, just Leprechaun-ing. Just smash it together
Leprechaun.
now.
Wow.
I am but vaguely aware of the Leprechaun, I guess, franchise. Jesus, the Leprechaun cinematic universe.
Jeez.
He once terrorized the hood. Never forget it.
Of as
People
movies so bad, they're not actually worth watching. Some movies are just, they're haha stoner garbage and whatever. They're funny for 1 or 2 seconds, right? These
Have you-
movies,
Have you guys ever seen these?
No, I don't want to.
I've seen bits and pieces of the second one.
So I've seen a scene where he's actually chasing someone, and you know the lore behind leprechauns, right? Like if you throw things or something, and they're very interested in shoes and whatnot, they have to they can't help it. They're compelled to like stop and like to pick up the object or look at the object and do something with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're
So
advanced
basically-
underpants nose. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, this person's running and like they remember the lore, so they literally dash their shoe at the leprechaun, and he immediately stops his murderous tendencies to study the shoe.
Wow.
You know what? That sounds like a movie that maybe I need to watch.
Do you?
Listen,
He also terrorized the hood. I literally think it's called Leprechaun 3 in the Hood.
I thought you were gonna say honestly.
Hold up,
a
hang
a title
on.
that I had, no,
Oh
the
my
title
God.
I was thinking of was Leprechaun in the Bronx for some reason. I
Oh,
don't know why.
some shit like that.
oh my god, it's literally called Leprechaun in the Hood.
You-
Did
So
you
it's
doubt me now?
Leprechaun Leprechaun 2, Leprechaun 3, Leprechaun Origins, Leprechaun in the Hood,
There you
Leprechaun
go.
Returns.
Five?
Fuck me!
Return. Oh my
So
god.
many. There's
Leprechaun
so
in the
many.
Hood! Hang on, I
If-
gotta know.
Leprechaun 6 is Leprechaun
Okay, look,
Leprechaun Rises or something. I bet you.
look, guys.
Leprechaun L2O.
I'm not saying we should do a watch through of all of the Leprechaun movies and make an
rather
episode
not.
on it.
I'd rather not,
Oh.
please.
Yeah, at 20 subs for
But-
sure.
But I
You
sure
guys
think
pay
it'd
us
be
to watch
fucking
that.
Funny. Yeah, they would have
Sorry.
to.
No. That's an ugly face though,
I'm
man.
not sitting through that sober. Yeah,
I'm not
that is
sitting
an
through
ugly
that.
face. You know what? Let's get that off the screen. Let's go
Let's
with
go look
the
at something else.
Yeah, in fact, let's take a hard turn left and let's go to that super swoony couple.
No,
Hey.
Dad, no.
Okay.
I will say though, the aesthetic for the Leprechaun guy is pretty well done, but it's
So
Too
now
bad the
we are
movies-
looking
Too
at
bad the movies are not well done.
okay. Sorry.
you're
Anyways.
now looking at Phoebe Denevor and Regé-Jean Page, who are the co-leads in the Netflix show Bridgerton. This show is based on an 8-novel series that starts off with The Duke and I, and it is. You know how most Regency period dramas have that whole like, ooh, the sexual tension of like brushing each other's hands while on a walk.
Oh,
Well, this
her
one
neck.
they
Oh my
fuck.
god.
Shit.
In this
Fucking
one, they
heels guy, let's go.
Is
Now-
that your ankle?
there's a bit of discourse surrounding this series because there was some very questionable stuff in the novels that they chose to bring over into the show. But in general, it was a good time, and it has been renewed for a second season. The first season covered the content of the first book, so presumably the second season will cover the content of the second book, and I guess they'll aim for 8 seasons and hope for the best.
Hmm.
If you're into
Yeah.
period shit, I can vaguely recommend this. Like, I'm not gonna say it's perfect. It has some weird corset scenes. But it does go into the fact that, like, there's a subplot that 2 of the younger characters don't know how a woman gets pregnant, and they need to find out because they're terrified they'll get pregnant.
Oh, well then.
Yeah,
you have a
like
story for
they're
you.
like 16, and they're just like, so wait. One of your maids got pregnant, but she's not married. How did that happen?
See, son.
I... Listen,
It's
What?
there is in fact a handful of jokes. Shino, I know you got one. Just say it.
I'm not, because my mind wandered to places and I was like, no. We just got this channel running, and I'm trying not
Alright,
to get
let's
us.
not get-
Listen, as long as
Yeah.
so the deal on Twitch is as long as you don't drop words with a hard R or a hard N, is
Cool.
pretty okay.
Okay.
okay. So what's your horrible joke?
I don't have a horrible joke now. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let this one go.
Okay.
But
Fair enough.
I
We'll
mean-
cycle back around to you though.
yeah, that's okay. I mean, 2 kids not knowing how that's done. I mean, have you?
They are society ladies, man. Do you think they have sex ed conversations with their mothers? Absolutely not.
Oh,
Well, I'll tell you this: if you sit on that man's lap right now, you might get some trouble.
Look,
Yeah.
he's really hot, and the show doesn't like hide that fact. He's really hot. He was a fantastic casting decision for this role.
Right on.
10 out of 10.
All right.
I'm glad it piqued your interest. You know what piqued my
I know,
interest
right?
of the news you brought?
Oh.
This fucking thing, this like dude with the gun.
Oh.
What
Oh,
in the
yes.
Sam fuck
yes,
is
yes.
this?
Show us the guy with the gun.
Am guy gun.
Have you seen From Dusk Till Dawn?
Of course.
I have
No.
not.
Okay.
Eh,
Well,
vampires.
Is that George Clooney?
yeah, actually. So
Wow,
Clooney
good
and
Paul.
Robert Rodriguez made this movie together and also starred in it. And it's about 2 American brothers who kidnap
Two
a family to get over
brothers.
the Mexican border and end up in a town full of
Vampires.
Mexican vampires. That's the plot.
And they must survive from dusk till dawn. Oh my.
Ah, Damn it. He
What
got
the
to before I did.
Sam? Fuck.
Tarantino.
My
You know
God.
what? That explains it. That is the Sam. Fuck. Okay, yeah, I'm in. Yeah.
Tarantino film. But the big thing is that apparently Robert Rodriguez is looking to make an animated series based off of From Dusk Till Dawn because he wants to flesh out
What?
the whole Aztec vampire lore. Now, obviously, he's a busy guy these days. He's worked on The Mandalorian. He's going to work on the Book of Boba Fett. He worked on We Can Be Heroes and will presumably be working on the follow-up to it, the sequel. So he's got
There's
a
a
lot on his
sequel?
plate. But that also means he now has the resources to make a From Dusk Till Dawn animated series.
This is also true.
There's a sequel
I mean-
coming of We Can Be Heroes? Hang on, pause.
There was
Yes,
a
that's been
Netflix
greenlit by
series.
Netflix.
There was a Netflix series for Dusk Till Dawn, but I don't think it panned out very well, to be honest with you.
No, I have seen that, and I think it played a little bit too much into some sexy vampire stuff that I just
Mhm.
wasn't there for because
Right
it
on.
wasn't well done.
Oh, like Twilight?
Like-
What? Sorry.
Oh,
Twilight didn't even. We're not talking about Twilight's fake sexy
Yeah.
vampires. It's not the same.
but they glitter. Come on.
They sparkle.
I've been forced to defend Twilight on behalf of the people I live with too many times on this show. I won't do it again.
All right.
All right, point taken.
There you go.
But yeah, so there will be an animated series, and you know what? Given that Castlevania did animated vampires really well, if Rodriguez can get the right team on this, I think it could be a lot of fun. If he gets the wrong team on it, I think it's going to be super racist, especially in this day and age with all of the
Oh fuck.
American-Mexican conflict going on.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, you know what? If you want
So-
to play it safe, hand it to the same guy who just did Castlevania.
Exactly. They just got finished with the Blood of Zeus, and that wasn't very good. So, they need a better project to work
I
on.
don't like it. I
I'm
enjoyed
so
it.
sad people didn't like it.
I did
I-
not like Blood of Zeus. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's too bad. I enjoyed the rock that it was.
I'll be the middle ground. Blood of Zeus is like it's good for what it can do, but it can do better. That's what I'll say. Like
Give
because
more, I suppose.
exactly because like the story wise, it was like okay, like yeah, it's interesting there, but some parts, mostly I think for parts of the action or animated parts of the action, I was like,
Hmm.
this is the only thing that's keeping me in.
Okay.
That's
To
fucking
a degree.
unfortunate.
Yeah, like
It's on
it was
my
only
watch list.
parts
I'll
of
get
it.
to it eventually, but
It is
I don't
decent
know.
to watch, honestly. I would say. So,
Issue was actually that it was both like I couldn't get behind the art style among other things
Okay.
because it was so close to Castlevania but slightly worse in every regard. It just kind of bothered me to look at, and I was like, okay.
Oh no.
question
Oh, okay.
table. Was it more the art style or like how the art style was animated? In the sense of,
Animated,
like-
it was a lot choppier.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, because it was
just
the
doesn't-
choppiness was a little bit off for me too. And
Okay.
Like it was like the frame rate was fucked up or something. I wasn't happy about it.
All right.
The
All right.
fights were interesting though. Story was decent.
The fights
So-
were okay. Fights were okay.
speaking of wow, listen, you cannot set these up if you tried. Speaking of people fighting, you've got one last image with this big red
I
dude.
do.
What the fuck is that?
Okay. So, coming to theaters in February, we've got a real movie.
What?
This one.
Shit, sorry.
Like this
Wow.
one, but I had to preface with that kind of thing.
You had that
So-
set really ready, didn't you?
You had that prepared? You had that written down, stapled to your own forehead, facing you to read it off? Like,
So,
Okay.
a trailer has dropped for a live action movie that is going to be not in English with English subtitles because it is based it's called A Writer's Odyssey. And the principle of this is that a guy has written a book and now everything in that book is trying to kill him.
Oh.
So this really is one of those cases of a pretentious writer getting their comeuppance in a really fun way. The trailer hasn't talked about how exactly this came to be. It's just a guy who wrote a book and the book got mad about it, I guess. Maybe he wrote a shitty ending.
Or maybe he dropped acid.
But the book he wrote is called Godslayer, which is cool as fuck. And A Writer's Odyssey is also cool as fuck. And we love movies that are just getting given English subtitles, and anyone who can't read can go fuck themselves. Also, I just like subtitles in movies, and I won't have to turn them on for this. They'll already be there.
Nice.
I
The aesthetic
movies
of it. Look how cool that looks.
movies are coming. Movies can exist.
A
Wow,
real movie, like Table said.
a real movie, a real talkie. Wow.
I can see your face reaction to this too. While you're saying that, the astonishment is so
thrilled.
real.
Wow.
I hope this is what you sound like once we get an actual Marvel movie out too.
Listen, let me tell you, the first movie I watched of this year was not good.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That would have
What
been
did you
Dark
watch?
Phoenix for our episode, Dark Phoenix.
Oh yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Right, so I didn't start off the year so good, right? And
Yep.
well, it just hasn't gone up from there, you see.
I'm sorry.
I just
I'm so
haven't watched
sorry.
any more movies.
Oh,
No,
saying-
sorry,
you saying
I
Dark-
watched Scott Pilgrim.
Yes.
That's a good
About to
movie.
say,
We've
you're
established.
saying Dark Phoenix broke you.
Dark Phoenix did something to me, all right, but that conversation is for a different time with a longer couch and a dude with a notepad.
Jesus.
Yikes.
So tell me, where did Dark Phoenix hurt you?
Do you need us to get a doll out so you can show us?
Point to where Dark Phoenix hurt you.
Okay, this
Okay.
is Jean Grey. Show us where did she hurt you?
So
That's all I've got for news for the day.
Jesus Christ, you have a just listen, okay, so most times I'll bring comic books, most times Sheen will bring movies and MCU and DC stuff, and sometimes bonkers things from both those universes.
DC's
We can
really
always
good about bringing video game news.
But you happen to throw us the most buck wild things week to week, and I appreciate it.
I go looking for the weirdest shit I can find just for you guys.
I believe
I'm
it
not
was you
opposed.
a handful of weeks ago that brought Pink Panther.
I sure did.
Oh, jeez.
If you want to see that VOD, it's on our YouTube channel.
It was a good episode. I stand by that one. Okay, folks.
She's also informed me about a certain car going to car hell. Was it? Like there's
Yes.
a gay hell also.
Yeah, super gay,
No.
in fact.
Yeah, and they and just
The
these people
angel
are
went
just
to
not-
super gay hell, and the car went
Ah.
to heaven because it was a heterosexual.
okay. So the car,
What is the
the car went to heaven. Y'all hear that? That shit's like a fucking. They sent an Autobot to heaven. They sent the gay guy to hell.
The Impala
but here's the reason,
wishes
though.
he was a fucking transformer.
Take that in.
Wait, but okay, explain that sentence again because all I heard was heterosexual with the reason of the car, and I got real
But the
confused.
car's
real
not
quick.
gay. You understand? The car's not
No.
gay. So when it dies, it goes to heaven for some reason. In this universe, they if you're gay, you're going to hell, and that's strange. That's
No,
real
no.
strange.
The gay angel went
Yeah.
to super hell for
Yeah.
confessing his love to the other guy.
Uh-huh.
And the car, when that guy who got confessed to died, went with him to heaven because it was a heterosexual.
Because it was a heterosexual. That is the most weirdest reasoning I've ever heard. But it is
It's a universe that would let General Lee, the car, go to heaven, man.
Listen,
I can't defend Supernatural to you guys. I just can't do that. Not in good content.
folks
Amen.
from all walks of life on this earth, eventually Table and I will break down exactly what the fuck went down in the fan-dubbed Season 15. No, Season 16. Thank you.
Season 15 was real, unfortunately.
In the ending of Season 15 and the progressive fan-made, fan-summoned Season 16. We'll do that a different day.
It'll be a great day.
But today,
Supernatural. All cars go to heaven.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and all bitches go to hell. Anyway,
Yes.
anyway, to jump back to the House of Ideas as I started this show, the book we've chosen to do this week is Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil number 25. For some prelude about this comic before Table takes it away for the intro.
It is 25, so there is some context needed.
Right. This series is Chip Zdarsky's magnum opus of writing. He's written Spider-Man. He's written across both houses, in fact, and I believe some indie stuff as well. In fact, I believe a new series from him is going to come out from Image, but we'll talk about that a different day. This is where this writer shines. Not only has he decided to break down Matt Murdock into this... right, Matt is always portrayed as this... Catholic guilt is what he builds his brand on, right?
Of 3 different types of Catholic guilt in a trench coat.
Right. With a red mask on. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Chip Zdarsky has decided to, at least in Volume 1, as far as I've read up to, he has decided to break that down as much as possible. Not break Matt Murdock to the point of, like, whatever Matt Murdock would want to do to himself when he's feeling real sad. Probably just sleep.
Have you not read Born Again, where like
Oh,
the Kingpin
God.
really trashed his life to nothing?
Yeah.
Remind me off stream. I'll introduce you to a book because I can't say what Matt does in that other book. Anyway.
Okay, dokes.
Chip Zdarsky breaks down Matt Murdock into exactly what the Catholic guilt means to him, how it drives him forward, why he can still be Daredevil, how he justifies that. And in the last couple issues, how his relationship with Elektra forms and its ebbs and
What that
flows.
means for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a big thing for me was I read some Daredevil stuff after I'll admit it, I watched the Netflix show and went, hey, I wonder if the comics are actually better than this. Because the first season was good, the second season was questionable, it went weird from there. But I read some, and I was like, these are cool. And then I read others, and I was like, wow, Matt's just kind of a fucking asshole. And
Yeah.
that was just how it was for a really long time. But at least this guy is like a responsible asshole. I can respect this version of Matt Murdock, where most of them I go, dude, you need a therapist that is not your priest.
Fucking facts. And in this particular issue, we get some reference that maybe his therapist is actually what him and Elektra do in the bedroom.
Hey.
Oh,
Okay.
Take me to church. Anyway.
Oh.
So we start this issue.
Mm-hmm.
Table.
We start this issue with a very brief flashback of Matt and Elektra face to face, no masks, sometime in the past in a snowy cabin, just talking about stuff. And he's being all gooey, gushy, like, I really like you and you're everything I've ever wanted. And she's like, I have killed 5 men last week. Well, actually, one of them was a woman. And he's like, that's not true. And she's like, you think I'm lying, but I am not lying to you, Matt.
wow.
And
That's word is hot. It's okay.
meanwhile, she's like her Elektra's monologue, which is in black boxes, whereas Matt's later in the comic will be in white boxes, talks about how she really liked him, but like he was bright and shiny, and that freaked her out a little bit because it was like, yo, I live in a world full of darkness. Why are you like that? We then cut away to Elektra and Stick beating the shit out of a bunch of miscellaneous ninjas.
I mean, that's always good.
It is always good. Notably, in the flashback, it looked like her hair was flying, much like the picture in the middle of the screen here. Whereas when we cut to her and Stick kicking ass, her hair is normal Elektra hair for comics, which is to say she has like the bandana on top and it's all just smooth,
Yeah.
flowy. Restricting her
okay.
peripheral vision, probably, getting in her face, but whatever.
Yeah.
Then we cut again to a really sick panel it's all black with a white edging, except for a red glove reaching out with the word always in it. It's just a fantastic visual. And we then find out that she is knocking out all of the guards in this prison so she has free run of the place.
Okay.
She goes down. Then we get that panel that you can see in the middle of the screen where she is being basically catcalled in a prison by a bunch of prisoners, despite the fact she is armed.
Yeah, I mean, it would happen.
It sure would, but you know.
Elektra hot.
They push in their luck.
And yeah, to that too.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes, she finds Matt's cell, opens it up, and is like, "Hey." And he's like, "I swear to God, if you killed someone to get in here." And she's like, "Calm the fuck down. I came to talk to you. I wouldn't stab someone on the way in. That would be rude."
But I did. So there.
Meh. And they then proceed to have what is basically one of Nat's Catholic guilt flagellation sessions, in which she goes, "You know, it's stupid to just let yourself be in prison when you could be out there helping people, right? Given that that's what you care about, helping people." And he's like, "Yeah, but I did kill someone. And even as a vigilante, I should pay for that crime and set the precedent so other vigilantes don't think they can get away with killing people."
Now, if we could pause right here, I swear to you, we crossed this bridge and got over it in Civil War, and that was like 15 years ago, but that's just me.
Listen, man. Right now, he's saying that, and both Wolverine and Punisher are laughing in the background.
They sure fucking are.
My God.
The entire time. And they're laughing really hard.
Hard. Wolverine's is clutching his chest, even.
Like, I get it that Matt is supposed to have some sort of faith in the criminal justice system because he's a fucking lawyer, but like, come on, dude. You're also a vigilante, which implies lack of faith in the criminal justice system. Pick one.
You've really worked with killers before, Matt.
You also beat
With them
people
on
up
the regular.
daily.
You are the only non-murderer in your circle of friends, buddy. Come on.
You've teamed up with murderers.
On the regular. But fine. We get a bit of a flashback to Foggy Nelson and female character who I can't be bothered to name being pissy at Matt's trial. Like, dude, you just confessed when we probably could have gotten you out of this charge. What the fuck, buddy?
If I had to guess, that's Paige.
I
That's
would
Karen
assume.
Page.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was assuming,
But like, it's a.
But
a
she's not
profile,
directly
it's
mentioned,
a
so it's
bar.
just some lady in blue.
She doesn't even
Wait,
say
but
anything. She just
it's
walks
where-
away.
It's where Karen Page's dad.
Might
Yeah,
be.
well, so was Elektra at one point, but here she is, so...
I mean, she's known for resurrection. I don't think Karen Page is known for resurrection, man. But I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Everyone gets new things added to their character sometimes. Maybe hers is just immortality. I don't know.
hey,
Yeah. Everybody comes back from the dead except Uncle Ben.
Hey,
But
man.
in this conversation, Elektra calls him Matt. And he's like, "Excuse me, how do you know that? Who told you that?" And she's like, "Don't worry about it." And he's like, "I am actively worrying about that one, actually."
Damn.
And he's like, "Look, you used me, robbed the Stromwinds, and then spent that money to help me? What is going on, and what are your motives?" And she's just like,
And then we get a cut to where Bullseye straight up stabbed her through the chest.
Oh,
correct.
flashback. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
So, you know, that
He's-
might be
you ever seen that
motivation or
panel?
something.
Sorry, repeat?
You ever seen that panel before?
Of Bullseye.
Electra versus Bullseye. It's like a whole rooftop fight, and then he takes her side and just stabs her.
I've never seen the official panel. I've only seen, sadly, the Ben Affleck version of the movie. So
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm so sorry that's what you know of.
yeah. That's.
But
I will look this up later. So
Did Frank
yeah.
Miller do that?
That panel. That's Frank Miller's run. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's why it's all in red, because, you know, Frank Miller's dark and brooding. Anyway.
had an aesthetic by it. So we get another let me start again. The next page is mostly more conversation, but we get another bit of a flash to what we now can kind of guess is a past situation where Elektra is in a tunnel of some sort with a torch.
Okay.
And they're having a good old like, "Aren't you tired of the darkness?" And Matt's like, "I'm blind." That's kind of rude to ask.
He's like, you see this? I can't.
Don't you see what I'm talking about? No.
No. I had this thing called echolocation. That's about it.
My favorite color is
I cannot
my favorite color is
read.
nothing.
Yeah.
You don't see that
He
letter
said
in the
some
tunnel?
religious metaphors,
What
but who
light?
cares?
Electra's lucky her body has curves, or he couldn't tell her from a cardboard box.
Right.
Yo,
Aw.
stop!
Matt. Matt,
No, he's
here's some
good at
Skittles. Taste the
texture.
rainbow. What the hell's a rainbow?
Brutal.
Oh shit!
Brutal.
So we cut back on the next page properly to Electra and Stick, where they are looking at a book on a pedestal that appears to be made of hands. No, I think it's actually just weird twisted wood, but it looks like hands, and that is enough for me to go, gross.
And also, this is straight up a one-page Electra Indiana Jones moment.
Okay, this is cool. Go on.
Yes. Yes.
Right? She picks up the book and then gets attacked by arrows and then falls to the ground because she could not move fast enough because she got hit by arrows.
There was a lot, in her defense, there was a lot of arrows and she got hit by like 5 or 6.
I'm not blaming
So,
her for not dodging all the
she did pretty good.
arrows.
I mean, Daredevil did. No, I'm joking.
I don't think it's a lot of arrows. We cut back to the prison where Electra's like, so we found a book, and in this book, it tells us how to finally defeat the hand.
Once
The
and for all.
fist. The hand has a counter for thousands of years before the chased, one hidden until now. The fist.
Oh, I think I'm gonna see the feet, Loki. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah,
No,
the hand
that's
is darkness
turtle.
and the fist is light.
I could comment on the foot, and I'll make that a conversation for another time.
Oh lord. So
Okay.
she then says, but first, the fist requires a queen and a king to. And Matt immediately cuts it off with, of course it does. I don't want any part of that. And she's like, wait, but conversation. And he's like, no. No. And she's like, but you wanted to do things more than beating the shit out of people in the street. This is bigger than that. This is as big as it gets. What do you mean you don't want to do it? And he's like, I don't like you. I don't trust you. You use and hurt people. I'm not going to work with you for the light when I don't believe that you care about it. And then he lies down on his little cot with just the bars in between them. She is still staring at him.
Matt, you regularly sleep with this woman.
And also, my guy, if you could hang your hat on more Catholic guilt and martyrism, I don't know what you'd be, but you'd be something stupid.
You quite literally have relations with this woman.
Regular.
And now and now this stops you?
She's
Yeah.
your queen there, but not your queen here? Sounds like a double standard.
Not when she asks. Okay.
Oh
Okay.
shit!
So she's
Ooh.
pissed and she leaves the prison and continues to get catcalled. And she nearly, but does not quite, stab a guy over it.
Damn it.
I mean, I wouldn't blame her. Like she can just murder the bitch.
Correct.
Right? This
then
this
goes-
dude asks for it.
Mm-hmm.
He basically does, yeah. He has it coming.
Good.
We then cut to Hell's Kitchen, where she's inner monologuing in a very fancy coat, thinking about, like, she's an idiot, but so is Matt, because she was like, I thought I could just buy everything in Hell's Kitchen and he would trust me. That was a stupid thing to do. Hell's Kitchen isn't even that nice.
Right? Like, why the fuck do I live here?
I think
Why do
real
I
life,
own everything here?
I think real life Hell's Kitchen's fine now, but all right, for Marvel's sake, it's still kind of
A hellhole, in fact.
seedy.
For their purposes, it has to be, because otherwise Daredevil makes even less sense.
I know. Where where do you fight crime now? Greenwich.
The
Jersey.
Bronx, occasionally.
Oh, he's not allowed over there. He'd get his ass beaten, we know it.
Fight crime
So-
the Jersey Shore.
He fights crime exclusively on Manhattan Island. So,
So,
Electrica stumbles upon a homeless woman, and she goes, spare any change, and, Electra's wearing a nice coat, and, a very nice
fancy
necklace.
jewelry, big
But
earrings.
no, nobody carries change anymore, and especially not any coins to give her. Haha, get it? Because she can't make change of anything. Ha, do you get it? Thanks, Chip Zdarsky. Anyway, they have a very nice conversation on how, sometimes people are just down on their luck, and it just happens, you can have yourself a real good job and a real nice life, and somebody ends up in the hospital, and down it all tumbles.
Yeah,
Electra,
because
out of the
Sorry,
kindness of her
Karen.
heart, and through some very nice storytelling about how this woman's husband ended up in the hospital, and then they had a good lawyer, but they got just overwhelmed with legal fees, and now she's homeless and husbandless.
Jesus.
fix
So-
was they it wasn't that they got overwhelmed with legal fees because of the lawyer. The lawyer worked for them for free, but they lost the case because they were up against an entire team of other lawyers, and there was just nothing they could do. So, but after losing, he handed them $1,000 and quoted the Bible at them.
Oh. So,
Like all rich men do, apparently. Oh wait, that
Hey.
require a rich person to hand out money freely. Anyway,
I
so
don't think that.
speaking of rich people handing things out, Electra gives this homeless woman her gold chain and says it's worth $5,000. You should be able to get 2. Super nice. This is where Electra puts 2 and 2 and makes 4. And after reading the literal sign of a building that says, "We are all Daredevil,"
Some pretty great graffiti, yes.
right on.
decides to
Make a change.
make a change in outfit. So,
Ooh.
the next scene is a combination of Electra absolutely mentally scolding our favorite martyr with red horns,
Yeah, she calls him an idiot, and she's right.
right?
I mean, yeah.
And some dude is in the back of a van shooting at God knows what. And in swoops our new Daredevil, Electra,
Looks fucking great.
in an absolutely amazing costume.
Fucking great.
Yeah, she looks fantastic. Absolutely.
It is by far the best costume I have seen on Electra in a very long time.
It's the best looking Daredevil costume in ever.
To date.
Correct.
In ever. And I mean, like, she had a shit costume in the 90s. And like, ooh, even when they did the redesign of the red costume and give it more like lines to make it look more like a leather suit and such. Like this ninja costume, like I can't believe Daredevil's been around this long and no one's done that aesthetic to him yet. Yet it took us to do it to Elektra.
Look
Chip
at the
Zdarsky,
mobility
man.
of those puffy pants. Look at the fucking scarf. Oh,
Right?
that hand wrap.
It is a perfect hybrid of both costumes, and the fact that she
Yeah,
made it
what?
for herself. Dooley Rogue 7, thank you for subscribing at tier 1 and completely sidetracking us for a hot second.
Love those fireworks.
Wow.
We absolutely...
Thanks for joining the Crusade.
Cypher, what's up? We
Oh.
appreciate...
Hey, I know who this is now.
Oh, yeah?
Dooley! It's been a long time, my friend. I hope you're doing okay.
Nice.
Friends from far and wide, thank you. Oh, too many caps. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Our stream bot is a cruel, overbearing mistress.
Yeah. Oh man. A long time.
You joined us in the middle of our discussion of Daredevil. We're just about to wrap up the book, in fact. But now we're talking about Daredevil, the best costumes in Daredevil, basically.
I'll never
Elect-
forgive them for that yellow one.
Wait a minute, sorry, repeat that?
The yellow costume that Matt Murdock decided to put on as Daredevil for a little while.
I'll
Yeah,
never
old-
forgive that.
Yeah, the year one costume, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
He
don't know.
looks like a fucking pylon in it.
I know what though. I
best.
kinda-
My guy over
I kinda
here
like that
says the
costume,
yellow
though.
and red is the best. Ooh.
Pylon Daredevil.
Hmm.
Listen, you're
Very
both
easily
wrong. It's
spotted in the
Elektra.
dark.
You're both wrong. It's Electra. As
Yes.
Daredevil.
I have a quick question though.
Yeah.
On this suit of like Elektra's new like Daredevil suit, is it like DL that I'm reading, or what's the lettering?
It's DD. It's
Oh.
Daredevil.
Weird.
It's
It's
just
just-
drawn at a weird angle that the front of the D is yeah. It's a perspective thing. It is 2Ds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, that's what. Sorry. Yeah, that's what I figured. So,
Stop!
yeah.
I didn't do that on purpose.
I was gonna.
My brain didn't do this. My brain did it on purpose out of nowhere. I like was like ha, and then I was like, wait, what? And then
I want everybody to know that was on accident, and it took me 10 more seconds to realize what the fuck I just said.
I like.
my
Then
brain
yeah.
reacted so quick to it. I was like, wait, ha, oh, continue.
Yikes.
Someone sees that logo on her chest and be like, "That's accurate."
This is precise.
Thanks, Dooley.
Um,
You know what makes those worse is that they're Pokimane emotes.
Oh,
oh.
jeez.
Anyway, thank you very much. In fact, here's some of our own emotes to match. So, Elektra Daredevil breaks into this car, pulls it the fuck over, beats up the guys inside. Oh, God. That's the worst sandwich I've seen in my whole life. Anyway.
Anyways,
I just want to highlight that there's a fantastic description of what Daredevil is here from Elektra. She says he thinks the kitchen needs Daredevil, someone to look over people, someone of violence and kindness. And you know what? I think that's probably one of the best summaries you could give of what this character is supposed to be.
And the back half of that little monologue is, fine, I'll be your Daredevil, Matthew.
oh,
And she fucking does.
oh,
No, there's a comment there about putting a lady in the kitchen. I'm just.
There is, but we are so full of tact that we're not
Yeah.
gonna make it, are we, Shino?
It's like, but I
We're
mean,
not
like,
gonna
come
make it,
on,
Sheena.
guys. Like they were doing so well, and then it's like you remind me that it's a lady in the kitchen, and it's like, come on, guys,
Hell's Kitchen to be
you
precise.
do
here.
better than that.
But it's Hell's Kitchen. It's not, WandaVision Kitchen.
It's just let's just
It's not
have her
yet
put
another
the-
one of those weird 50s things going on right now.
Yeah, you know what? That
Just
is weird.
It's really weird. There's like 3 different cases of it and it bothers me.
It's just unfortunate here.
We then cut to the aftermath of when Elektra got WandaVision is very good. I highly recommend it. We will talk about the entire series as a whole later on the YouTube channel. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Okay.
But yeah, it's fantastic. Episode 3 comes out tomorrow, depending on how you want to look at it. What is time at this
Oh.
point?
Oh yeah, that's true.
And
A lie
from
sold by the media.
facts. But when early reviewers got episodes of WandaVision to watch and talk on Twitter about it, they didn't get 2, they got 3.
Yo.
And now we'll be on 3. So we shall see exactly what was going to happen here.
Interesting.
Anyway, to wrap up our book, we've got 1 page left, ladies and gentlemen. We cut to the aftermath of when Elektra got absolutely berated by arrows.
There were so many.
And
She wakes up and
absolutely,
she's
go
like,
ahead.
Stick, did you do the thing, the resurrection hand thing? And he's like, nah, I didn't do that much. Did pretty close though. And she's like, yeah, you sure did. I had weird visions or something, which is how she now knows Matt's name. And he's like, weird, but okay. And then he proceeds to say that the fist needs a queen and a king, which we've already established. And only one of them can survive. And with that,
Oh?
the book ends.
And
telling
that
us
is
that-
that concludes part 1 of a mini chapter inside of a larger story called The Red Fist.
Cool name.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
Listen, those listening at home,
Really good.
on Comixology or at your local comic book store, go pick up the other 25 issues. I know it's a time sink, and there are also ways on the internet to acquire comics if you don't feel like paying for them. I won't tell you where they are, neither will any of my co-hosts,
Exist.
but they're out there.
Go hunting if you want them.
You know, I'm a little bit disappointed with this one. Only in the fact
Oh?
that it's like she's nice and she's dressed up in this kick-ass costume, and yet there was not that much fighting in this issue. And I understand about
No,
building things up.
This
This
was
was some
mostly
buildup.
Matt's Catholic guilt TM meets
Yeah.
Electra's determination to gain his trust.
TM.
Again, even though they've teamed up numerous times, but I guess she has to earn her trust.
On the streets and in the sheets. But hey,
Ew.
Nice. Throughout our stream tonight, there is this meme going around about, a Mr. Bernie Sanders. And if you are watching here at the end, you can always watch the VOD here on Twitch. The video of this exists for 2 weeks and then is gone forever on Twitch. But the following week after this show comes out here on Twitch, it is on our YouTube channel, preserved forever. If you count how many Bernie Sanders there are and have been in this show, and you come to our stream, I'll give out a free sub.
Ew.
nice.
Just to keep everybody engaged a little bit.
A little bit more.
That's pretty nice.
Little interaction.
Right? Just to reward everybody for not only following us there on YouTube, where we post weekly content about basically whatever the hickey heck we want. And tune in all of February. Things are about to get fucking good, ladies and gentlemen. So
Yeah, we have a whole month pile. Each and every time.
we do,
so.
in fact, have 4 weeks worth of content already all planned out.
We do. It's gonna be fucking great.
So it is here at the end of our stream. What I want to say is those that have been listening for the entire stream and have been possibly clicking that little button at the bottom of your chat screen and collecting Crusader coins, those are channel bits, like rewards for watching. And so you can use those throughout the stream. Sometimes you can click that little icon at the bottom of your screen. We can do posture checks. We can, force us to hydrate mid-sentence. You can, actually force us to sit up and, relax our shoulders for once in our lives. But,
Unclench your jaw.
yeah, because Lord knows we aren't going to do that voluntarily. That's what those are for.
Right on.
So much for coming out today. This was fun.
Yes,
It's
we
always
want
fun.
to.
We had good news.
Yeah, we want to especially thank the 3 subscribers we gained over the course of the episode.
Many.
Thank you very
That's
much.
so
Thank you for
many.
all the follows that showed up today and made us stop mid thought and went, holy shit.
Pretty funny.
Right on.
What we like to do here on Twitch at the very end of our show is direct our audience to people that also stream on Twitch and keep that community going. Keep us doing things and maybe find some people in the process. What we are going to do now is we were hosting them for a little while, and now we will send you back their way. Goose the Great is chatting up a storm about all things pop culture, just like we are. And so what we're going to do is when you guys go to their channel, we're going to do what's called a stream message. And so you go to their chat, you'll get automatically sent there. And what we're going to tell them is NC.
I wonder what that stands for.
Big guess. So, my bad. I'm doing doing things wrong. Hang on.
Fair.
And see.
Very fair.
Nacho cheese?
Nacho cheese. Exactly. So, thank you all for coming out, and we will see you next week.
You all have a good night. Take care.
Bye.